Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to automatically manage new leads with Pabbly Connect. So I am an owner of a business and I collect the data of my leads with the help of the form that I've created using Elementor, which is attached on my website. I want that whenever by any of my potential customers a new lead is going to be generated by doing the form submission using Elementor, I want to first create a record of that lead in my Google Sheets. With that, I also want to create a contact of that lead in my Salesforce account, and I also want to alert my sales team on my Slack channel that I've created, notifying them the lead is generated. And if I'm going to do all this manually, it is going to take me a lot of time. So what I did was I simply created an automation using Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. So here in this automation, what we're going to learn is that with the help of Elementor by any of my potential customer, whenever a new form submission is going to be done, that means whenever a new lead is going to be generated, automatically first the lead details is going to be created as a record in my Google Sheets. Okay, a new row is going to be added in my Google Sheets. And with that, the lead is going to be created as a contact in my Salesforce account. And also, we are going to notify our team on our Slack channel related to the lead that has been generated with the lead details. And for that, we are going to create an automation between all of these applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you want to learn about this amazing automation, then let me take you all to my screen.
Welcome to my screen. So in this video, we're going to learn how to automatically manage new leads with Pabbly Connect. I run a digital marketing agency and I use Elementor Forms on my website to capture my leads details. Each time a visitor fills out a form using Elementor, I want to store the details of that lead in my Google Sheets first, and then I want to create a record of that lead in my Salesforce CRM, and also side by side I want to send a notification to my sales team on my Slack channel. By automating these tasks with Pabbly Connect, we can streamline our lead management process and ensure a prompt response on every potential customers. By setting up this automated workflow, we can focus on our business important things and knowing that our lead management process is handled seamlessly and efficiently. And we are going to be creating this amazing automation with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign in to my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see the 5 applications of Pabbly, from which I'm going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on Access Now. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right over here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow, I'm going to give it as Automatically Manage New Leads with Pabbly Connect. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow. Okay. Next, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click right over here. So these are the folders from which I'm going to select Elementor Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving a name to a workflow and selecting the folder, let's click on Create in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Automatically Manage New Leads with Pabbly Connect, and there are two windows in front of you. One over here says Trigger, other says Action. Trigger and Action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two concepts. Over here, Trigger says when this happens and Action says do this. That means our action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We're going to set up our trigger step first, and for the trigger application, I'm going to select it as Elementor. As with the help of Elementor, I have created a form with the help of which I will be collecting my customers' details, my leads details. Okay, so that is why for the trigger application I've selected it as Elementor, and for the trigger event I'm going to select it as New Form Submission, so that whenever a new form submission is going to be done by any of my leads using the form that I've created using Elementor, automatically Pabbly Connect should capture the response. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. With the help of this unique webhook URL, we are going to connect Elementor to Pabbly Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk. So firstly, I'm going to copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, we need to open the form that we have created with the help of Elementor to connect it with Pabbly Connect. So this is the form that I've created using Elementor, and with the help of this form, we are going to collect our leads details. To connect this form to Pabbly Connect, on this form field, we are going to click on this form field. You can see that next on the left side of your screen, there are multiple options provided to you. Under the option, it says actions after submit. We're going to click on it. Over here, a plus button is provided. We're going to click on it, and from the drop down, you have to click on this webhooks. Okay, as we're going to select webhooks in the add action, you can see the webhook is then going to be provided. We're going to open this. So you can see that over here it is asking for the webhook URL. So for the webhook URL, I'm going to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us in place of this URL field. Okay, as I paste the webhook URL, I'm going to click on this update button in the bottom. Okay, as I've updated this now, I'm going to go back to the main edit page of this form. As you can see that this is the edit page of this form, and if we're going to scroll down over here, it says update. We're going to select it. As we're going to do that, you can see right over here it says page updated. This page has now been updated. If I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down over here, it is saying waiting for webhook response. So now what we are going to do is we are going to generate a test lead with the help of the form that we have created using Elementor. We're going to do a dummy form submission, and we're going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the form submission being done or not. For that, this is the form that I've created, and this is the link of this form. So I'm going to open this link in a new tab. So this is the form that I've created, and I'm going to fill out this form right over here to generate the lead. For the first name of my lead, I'm going to write it as test. For the last name of my lead, I'm going to write it as dummy67. For the email over here, I'm going to write it as testdummy67@pabblytudes.com, and for the phone number, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the submit button to do the test submission. As it says your submission was successful, this means that the submission is that we have done with the help of this form is successful. I'm going to open my workflow that I've created, and I'm going to scroll down, and yes, you can see right over here after the dummy submission was done, Pabbly Connect has captured the response. Okay, for the first name of the lead as test, last name as dummy67, email as testdummy67@pabblytudes.com, and for the phone number, dummy mobile number, and all the other details. So this means that Elementor is now successfully connected to Pabbly Connect, and a trigger setup is done. This means that now whenever a new lead is going to be generated with the help of Elementor, automatically Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of the new lead being generated. As now we have the response of the new lead being generated, our objective is that to first create a record of that lead in our Google Sheets. After creating the record side by side, I also want to create a contact in my CRM, my Salesforce CRM, and with that I also want to send notification on my Slack channel alerting the lead has been generated to my sales team. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to set up our action step according to the requirements that we have. And for the action application, first I'm going to select it as Google Sheets, as I want to first create a record of the lead in my Google Sheets. Okay, so I'm going to select my action application as Google Sheets, and the action event as add new row. In this spreadsheet, the new row of the lead details is going to be added. That is why for the action application I've selected it as add new row. Then we're going to click on connect to connect Google Sheets to Pabbly Connect. A new window is going to appear. Always click on add new connection, or you can select the existing connection. After that, click on sign in with Google. A new window is then going to appear, which is asking for a permission. So I'm going to click on allow, as the save process in my data is perfectly saved with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on this allow button. As you can see that we successfully authorized Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. After authorizing, firstly it is asking for us to select a spreadsheet. So I've created a spreadsheet in the name of lead details, in which I will be collecting the details of my leads. For the spreadsheet over here, I will select it as lead details. Next, it is asking for us to select a sheet. So I've created a single sheet in the name of sheet 1, as you can see right over here. And in this sheet, the lead details are going to be captured. So for the sheet over here, I'm going to select it as sheet 1. Next, it is asking for the first name, last name, email, and the phone number. So these are the 4 fields that I've created in the spreadsheet: first name, last name, email, and phone number. And I want to create a record of my lead under these 4 fields. So these are the same fields right over here. And for the data of the lead, what we are going to do is we are going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. And how mapping works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, it is saying Elementor new form submission. This was the previous step of this workflow, and as I'm going to click on it, you can see this was the same response that was captured in our previous step. It is asking for the first name, and in our previous response we have received the first name of our lead. So I'm going to select this data from my previous response. As I've selected the data is mapped, and as I map the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the data right away in place of this map data is going to be updated. Similarly, for the last name, I'm going to map the data. For the email, I'm going to map the data right away of my lead. And for the phone number, I'm going to map the data again. As you can see that I've filled in all the required details right over here. After that, I'm going to click on this Save and Send Test Request button. As I've done that, we have received a response. This is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my spreadsheet, Google Sheets, and I'm going to check whether the record of the lead is successfully created in my spreadsheet or not. For that, I'm going to open my spreadsheet that I've created. And yes, you can see right over here, the record of the new lead being generated is successfully created in my spreadsheet. For the first name as test, last name as dummy67, email as testdummy67@pabblytools.com, and for the phone number, dummy mobile number. So this means the record of the lead is successfully created in my spreadsheet. Okay, so this means that our action setup for Google Sheets has now been done. Now with adding the leads in our Google Sheets, we want to create a contact in our Salesforce CRM of the lead that is generated. So we're going to add our action step in this workflow by clicking on this plus button, and for the action application we are going to select over here as Salesforce, as now we're going to create a contact in our Salesforce CRM. And for the action event, I'm going to select as create contact, as now we're going to create a contact of the new lead being generated. Then I'm going to click on this connect button to connect Salesforce with Pabbly Connect. A new window is going to appear, on which click on add new connection, or you can select the existing connection. After that, click on connect with Salesforce. Then a new window is going to appear which is asking for a permission. So I'm going to click on allow, as the save process in my data is perfectly saved with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on this allow button. As you can see that we successfully authorized Salesforce to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing, it is asking for the details of our contact. For the last name, I'm going to map the data of the last name of my contact. For the first name, I'm going to map the data of the first name. It is asking for all the other details like other street, city, country. I don't require the field, so I'm going to skip the part. For the phone number, I'm going to map the data of the phone number right over here. And for the email of my contact. Okay, it is asking for all the other details. I don't require them, so I'm going to skip the part. After filling the required details, I'm going to click on the Save and Send Test Request button. As I've done that, we have received a response which is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my Salesforce and I'm going to check whether a contact in the name of testdummy67 is created or not. For that, I'm going to open my Salesforce account. So this is the contacts page of my Salesforce account. I'm going to refresh this page from here. As I've refreshed the page, you can see right over here, contact in the name of testdummy67 has been created. I'm going to open this contact. You can see the name of the contact is testdummy67. You can see right over here for the email address as testdummy67@pabblytools.com, and for the phone number, dummy mobile number. So as the contact has now been created in our Salesforce account, that means the setup with Salesforce and Pabbly Connect has now been done. And as with creating a contact in our Salesforce CRM, our objective is also to send a notification of the lead being generated on our Slack channel to our sales team. So what we are going to do is we're going to add another action step in this workflow. And for the action application, I'm going to select over here as Slack. So I'm going to select my action application as Slack. And for the action event, I'm going to select as send channel message, as now we want to send a message on this channel that we have created in the name of new lead alerts. Okay, so I'm going to select the action application and the event. Then I'm going to click on connect to connect Slack to Pabbly Connect. A new window is going to appear, on which click on add new connection, or you can select the existing connection. After that, it says connect with Slack. We're going to click on it. Over here, next it is going to ask you for the token type. You can either select a token type as user or bot. I'm going to select my token type over here as bot. Okay, then I'm going to click on the save button. Then a new window is going to appear which is going to ask you for the permission. So I'm going to click on allow, as the save process in my data is perfectly saved with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on this allow button. As you can see that we successfully authorized Slack to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing, it is asking for us to select a channel. I've already told you I've created a channel in the name of new lead alerts. So for the channel over here, I'm going to select it as new lead alerts. So I'm going to select over here as new lead alerts. Okay. Next, it is asking for the message that we want to send on our Slack channel. So for the message over here, I'm going to write it as. So this is the message that I want to send on my Slack channel to my sales team. It says new lead alert. We have received a new lead details, name, email and phone number. And it says, let's welcome our new potential client with great service. For the details of the lead, what we are going to do is we're going to map the data. For the name, I'm going to map the data first name space the last name. For the email over here, I'm going to map the data of the email. And for the phone number over here, I'm going to map the data of the phone number of my lead. Okay. So this is the details of my leads right over here. So this is the message that I want to send on my Slack channel. Okay, it is asking for all the other details like the image URL or text image. I don't require the field, so I'm going to skip the part. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the save and send test request button. As I've done that, we have received a response which is a positive response, and I'm going to open my channel that I've created on my Slack, that is new leads alert, and I'm going to check whether a new message is forwarded on that channel to my sales team or not. For that, I'm going to open my channel, and yes, you can see right over here the notification regarding the new lead alert has been forwarded on this channel. It says new lead alert with the lead details, name as testdummy67, email as testdummy67@pabblytools.com, and for the phone number, dummy mobile number. So as now this notification has also been forwarded on my Slack channel, this means means that we successfully created an automation with the help of Pabbly Connect. But now for all of you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate another lead with the help of Elementor, and I'm going to check whether first the record of that lead is created in my Google Sheets. With that, a new contact has been added in my Salesforce account of that lead or not. And lastly, the notification regarding the lead is forwarded on my Slack channel to my sales team or not. So now we're going to generate another lead with the help of Elementor. It is asking for all the details of the lead, so I'm going to fill in all the details. As you can see that I filled in the details of the lead. For the first name as Smart, last name as Demo77, email as smartdemo77@pabblytools.com, and for the phone number, dummy mobile number. After that, I'm going to click on submit to do the test submission. As it says the submission was successful, so the submission of the lead has been done. So now I'm going to open my Google Sheets and I'm going to check whether a record of this lead has been created in my Google Sheets or not. I'm going to open my Google Sheets, and yes, you can see right over here in this spreadsheet, the record of the lead is successfully created. First name as Smart, last name as Demo77, email as smartdemo77@pabblytools.com, with the phone number, dummy mobile number. So as the record is successfully created in my Google Sheets, I'm going to open my Salesforce account and I'm going to check whether a new contact of this lead has been created in my Salesforce account or not. I'm going to open my Salesforce account. This is the contact page of my Salesforce account. I'm going to refresh this page from here. As I've refreshed the page, you can see right over here, a contact in the name of Smart Demo77 has been created. I'm going to open this contact. The name of the contact is Smart Demo77, with the email over here as smartdemo77@pabblytools.com, with a dummy mobile number, as you can see right over here. So the contact has also been created in my Salesforce account. Now I'm going to open my Slack channel and I'm going to check whether to my sales team a notification regarding the new lead being generated with lead details is forwarded or not. For that, I'm going to open my Slack channel, and you can see right away the message, the notification is successfully forwarded on my Slack channel regarding new lead alert with the lead details name as smartdemo77, email as smartdemo77@pabblytools.com, with the phone number, dummy mobile number. So this means that we successfully created an automation between Elementor, Google Sheets, Salesforce and Slack with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I am an owner of a business and I've created a form using Elementor with the help of which I will be collecting my customers, my leads details. I want that whenever a new form submission is going to be done by any of my potential customers using Elementor and the lead is generated, I want to first create a record of that lead in my Google Sheets. With that, I also want to create the lead as a contact in my Salesforce account, and I also want to notify my sales team on my Slack channel, telling them the lead is being generated with the lead details. And for that, we have created this amazing automation between Elementor, Google Sheets, Salesforce and Slack with the help of Pabbly Connect, and this is how you create this amazing automation. So if you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.
Not just with these applications, you can create automation with the help of Pabbly Connect between multiple applications. If you have any doubts, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask your queries on forum.pabbly.com. If you have any queries regarding the pricing of Pabbly Connect, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions and doubts, and please share this video, and thank you for watching.